Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. This is going to be a pretty different video than my usual type, because today we're actually not going to be doing any type of tutorial. This is just going to be showing a game I've been working on for... Well, I've been working on the game, overall, the project, for quite a long time, but we're going to be looking at this version of the game, which isn't super duper new, but isn't as old. I've been working on this one pretty limitedly. We've been working on it more recently though, and I'm hoping to finally actually be able to get this game to a point to release it with this version. The game that we're talking about is the game I'm in studio for right now, which is Highlands. It is an MMORPG, which I plan on releasing with a friend of mine that we're working on, hopefully sometime this year. There isn't a whole lot to this version right now. In the past we've gotten more progress, but I'm going to be showing off the newest version, which I believe to be the best version at the moment of the game. This is the version I'm going to be building off of. So, making an MMORPG is kind of the reason I started developing Roblox games in the first place, because of mostly Orthoxia. Orthoxia is what led to a lot of my development, which is why I am really hoping to finally release this game. So, to start off, I'm just going to show, these aren't all the models that are in the game. These two here, temporary. These, I don't even remember where these came from. However, these are actual game models. We have much more game models in this, which I hope to show in a future devlog on this, or future video on this. However, for now I'm just going to be showing these ones, because these are sort of some of the starting gear for this game. Right here we have two armors. For the record, the armors are not modeled by me, these are made by the modeler for the game. This is the starting armor, or the temporary starting armor in the second. None of these are official to be in-game models. These are what we're using at the moment. I'm sure some of these will make it in and some of them won't. That just depends on what we decide later, but as you can see we have some armor here and a few weapons. Also there's a stick over here. These aren't implemented in this version of the game yet, they are just sort of sitting here. However, they will be implemented for the next devlog I do. A lot of what's been going on for this version of the game is harvesting materials, because this game is going to have mining and log chopping and foraging, so that we can add things like crafting weapons and armors and potions and jewelry for you to equip. A lot of the work for this version of the game has also gone into the UI, which was entirely remade from scratch. So I'm going to hop into the game now and just show you some of the stuff we have done. So as you can see, we are now actually in Roblox for this game. As you can see, I don't have any armor on, like I said. I also don't have a face. You can see the custom animation here. This will be the walking animation in the game. This is final. You can see the HUD here. Basically what we have here is this red bar is your health bar. The purple is going to be EXP, your player's level. Tab, we're going to have a little inventory button here, because tab is open the inventory, which I will show off in a second. Mouse button 1, which was going to be the basic attack button, which these are just here for basic control reminders. 1, 2, and 3, which are going to be for your weapon skills, your combat skills, which I don't want to go too into depth on how that works at the moment. But if you look over here, you can see a few different types of weapons, and we are going to have combat skills, so you can sort of try and figure out how that is going to work on your own if you want to. Hopefully that'll be somewhat ready to show at least the UI for by the next devlog, and maybe the one after that. However, there are going to be a good number of skills in different playstyles in this game. And then R down here, which is your consumable slot, basically whatever consumable you have equipped, whether that be a health potion or a food or whatever, would go down there. So, like I said, one of the main things for this game at the moment is harvesting and UI work. So if we press tab, as I said, it's going to open our inventory. Keep in mind a lot of the inventory is temporary. For this inventory part over here, I believe will stay mostly the same as how it is now. You see we have our item. We start with a stick here. Once again, the stick and this image of the stick probably aren't final. You might start with a stick, probably won't be this stick, probably won't be this picture of a stick, but it is just a placeholder for your starting weapon. Up here we have sorting. We can either sort by all items in inventory, just weapons, resources, and consumables, which shows up nothing as I have none at the moment. Then if we click on an item, it brings up a full info sheet on the item with the option to either equip the item or go back. As you see, you can have every weapon as a type. As you can see, the stick is a longsword, which doesn't really make sense because it's not a longsword, it's a stick. However, that's the type of item. Once again, this probably won't be a stick. This will probably be a wooden sword or something when the game actually releases, or a training sword. So the longsword will make sense then. Rarity, whatever level you need to equip the item, the damage, and the weight of the item, because the inventory system is going to use weight, so you're going to have a max weight that you can carry. The stick takes up 2 pounds. I'm not sure what the max weight will be at the moment. It'll probably be close to 1,000 pounds, or whatever I rework that to be in kilograms or whatever, which is clearly an obscene amount for any person to be carrying on them. However, that's just probably what it's going to be. We might change it to be a max of 100 and let things have decimal points, but I'm not positive how the weight system is going to work yet. All we know is that it's going to use a weight system for inventory capacity, which has been partially implemented so far. If we cancel, we go back. Actually, there's a part of this that we haven't pushed yet. We're going to restart this in 1 second. Okay, we're back in the game now. This is actually the next day that I'm recording this now, because I fully recorded this video yesterday, and then when I went to record that next segment, I started running into some microphone issues, so fixed those issues, and we're now going to continue showing off this game. As I was saying, the game right now is a lot of UI work and the harvesting stuff. So as you can see, we have our HUD down here, which I've shown, for your skills, your consumables, your inventory and attack buttons, XP bar, health bar, level, all that cool stuff. If we press tab, you can see our inventory comes up with these, which weren't here before, so I had to go in, start a new clip and push the update. You have over here is our inventory, which we can sort by weapons, resources, consumables, or everything. Then if you click an item, it brings up a detailed info sheet for that item with its class. The item class, it says longsword. Stick is obviously not a longsword, however, this probably won't even be a stick in the future. That is just like the name of the one-handed weapon type. You have the weight, because inventory uses a weight system to track how much you can hold. Rarity, level to use the item, and the item stat, with an equip button and a button to go back. Over here is the character sheet, which will show the armor you have equipped, which has no default image because you will have to have an armor equipped at all times. Whatever weapon you have in your main hand, offhand, your necklace, earrings, and ring slot. Jewelry will give you different stat boosts, sort of. It could be anything from crafting stat boost to harvesting, damage, health, walk speed, anything of the sort. I'm not too sure exactly how jewelry will work yet, but it will be stat boost of various types, I know that for sure. That is pretty much it for the inventory UI at the moment. As you can see, it's scrolling because you can have an infinite amount of items in here. It's just as long as you have your weight, you're not going over your max weight. This is endless. The harvesting, as I said, it uses the ROBLOX proximity prompt system. So if I walk up this boulder and I hold E, you can see I get a pickaxe and I start mining. Some bugs there where the animation stops early sometimes, like I said, very early. We still have a lot of polish to do on this. Come over here to the tree, get an axe in my hand, and I start chopping it. Now if I check my inventory, you can see that we have some stone and some wood, which if we sort weapons, you only see the weapon. If you sort resources, we only see our resources. If you do click one of your resources, it'll tell you what type of item it is, whether it's a resource, consumable. It tells us it's a resource, it tells us the rarity of that resource, and it also goes through a little description on the resource for what it is, how it's obtained, and what it can be used for is what most of these descriptions will contain. You can see the same thing over here for the wood. That is more or less all we have done at the moment. As you can see, there's definitely a lot of polish to be done. Like, I'd like some sort of effect for when you finish harvesting something instead of it just disappearing. I'll probably make it fade out. Gathering animations will probably stay the same. These gathering models, I'm not sure if they'll stay the same or not. Yeah, as you can see, there is some bugging with the animations. I'm not sure exactly why that's happening, but that is something that we're going to have fixed before it's playable. This is our full release. I'm going to hope to keep the game free throughout almost all the stages. The only time I can see the game being paid access or closed access, it would be during pre-alpha, or maybe alpha for closed access. I'm not positive yet. But if there ever is a closed access to release, you will most likely need to be in the Discord server for the game or my Discord server, which aren't made yet. Mine is, however, the Discord server for the game is not public yet, so they know when that goes public and to get any news on the game's development, when you can play the game, testing for the game, or just to know when I'm releasing new videos and new devlogs. Make sure to join the Discord server down below. You should also subscribe and turn on your post notifications, because I will be posting devlogs on here for this game, hopefully once a week. The only time I wouldn't post once a week is if there wasn't enough new content to make a devlog on in that week, which hopefully won't happen that consistently. But make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications to also be kept up to date with the channel and just this game in general. This was a pretty short devlog, as there wasn't a whole lot to show off. I just wanted to make you guys aware of the game, its development, what it's looking like so far, so I can get some feedback. If you have any feedback on UI or harvesting or anything of the sort, please leave that in the comments below. All of this is subject to change at any point in time. The UI may or may not stay the same, the icons may or may not stay the same. These three icons right here for these items definitely will not stay the same. Those are just placeholders for the moment. But that is pretty much all I have to show in this video. I hope you all did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Hopefully a new one will be coming out next week. This video I am recording this on Monday the 21st of February. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to post this. I will probably post it sometime in the middle of the week, around Wednesday or Thursday, I think. But that's pretty much it for this devlog, so I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.